Hi guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm here for day 3 of our advent calendar series for 2022, and this oops, upside down. Today's offering is this folio from my Myrtle Cottage papers that obviously you know, we made together back in the summer. So yeah, it's obviously going to be listed in my shop at 2 p.m. So this is obviously just the flip through of it. So I hope that you, enjoy the flip through and then show you the journal. So this is holiday folio that we made. We made a lot of this together, so you probably will have seen a great deal of this. Again, it's got just a parcel kind of wrap around with a ribbon. I love that. It's just, you know, really lovely. Now this is made using the Myrtle Cottage kit, the other Myrtle Cottage papers. Now it opens up at the front. So here we've got some lace trim down here, lace trim here, and a little pom-pom, and then a little pretty fabric flower down there with a little diamante bit. Opening it out, we've got a little cluster here with a wax seal, some lace down the side, gorgeous papers from the Myrtle Cottage. And then here we've got a pocket. I've just layered up a few bits here. And a flower and a wax seal. You've got some lace trim and some of the pom-pom trim as well. And then tucked into here, you've got a lot of different bits in here. So you've got a little flippy pad with several pages. So straight away, quite a bit of journaling space in the little flippy pad. And then here you've got a rusted paper clip holding together a few little items. So you've got this beautiful little kind of clustery piece. So again, you could obviously journal on the back of that. You could glue that onto something if you wanted to. You could glue it in a different journal, but I just thought it was so super cute. Wanted to include that. You've got one of the tags from the kit, and I just put the word beautiful on there. You've got some paper from the kit here, which I have just literally doubled over like that, and then put some journaling space inside with some coffee dyed paper. So more journaling space there. And then here you've just got a piece from the kit, and wherever I've printed off the pieces from the kit, you know, if I haven't left them blank, I've printed them with something quite neutral on the back, so they could be journaled on the back as well. Then you've got some of the food colour paper here. It's just a complete sheet which I've just folded into thirds and then just, you know, rounded the corners, so you've got lots of journaling space in or on there. So that's all just paper clips together, like I say, with that rusted paper clip. Whoops. Like that. Okay. And then the flippy pad, and it all just tucks into that pocket. And then going over the page, so it opens out like this. Now this one, if you followed along with some of my videos, we made this into like an accordion side here. So on this side, I left it plain. So you could just take in the gorgeous papers from the Myrtle Cottage kit. And this kit, obviously, it's a digi kit available in my Etsy shop. But the main reason that I did that was because, as you can probably see, it was beginning to get a little bit bulky. So, you know, whether I wanted to or not, I couldn't really kind of put things on here because it was then not going to close. So I left it, but as it happens, it's gorgeous, gorgeous papers. And yeah, you can just kind of look at those then. A little ribbon here with some lace trim. And then going over, now this is where it gets into the accordion book. So let me just move my stuff over so I can fit this on the desk a bit better. So we've got this whole side that opens out. So if you can see there, it becomes a pretty big, pretty long sort of accordion type piece. So on this side, we've got a pocket here. So in this pocket, we've got a pocket on the front with a little piece there, a little journaling card. We've got a flower and a butterfly and some pom-pom trim down the edge. Then tucked into this back pocket, this is just a little piece of like stationery item that comes with the ephemera part of the Myrtle Cottage kit. Then you've got some little pieces of ephemera that are also part of the Myrtle Cottage ephemera kit. You've got a little tag from the Myrtle Cottage ephemera kit there. And then this is just using some of the gorgeous background papers from the Myrtle Cottage background papers kit. I just double-sided printed them, and you could then journal in here. Again, of course, you could add extra pages into here. You could add a flippy pad. I didn't do any of that because, like I say, it was beginning to bulk out. But, you know, whoever gets this, you can then kind of tailor it to your, you know, your needs and how you would like it to be. I just popped on a little journal card there from the Myrtle Cottage kit and a wax seal and some ribbon. I mean, how gorgeous does that look? So, so pretty, isn't it? So all of that stuff then goes into that pocket. So, I mean, again, you know, quite a bit of journaling space, you know, just tucked into, oops, just tucked into that one pocket. See if I can even get it back in. You know, so you've really got quite a bit of stuff going on just tucked in, oops, into the pocket. It's not that I can get it all back in. There we go. Right. Well, it's getting stuck on the wax seal, obviously. So I had not had this trouble when I put it in the first place. But, of course, as soon as you switch the camera on, you're going to have trouble. Then what we've got is a little envelope. So this is just an envelope that I made. I've put a cluster on there, which I made obviously using bits from the kit. We've got a wax seal and some pom-pom trim. And then going over, we've got here a little cute little flip out. You've got some journaling space there on that coffee dyed paper. This just tucks in behind here to keep it closed. And then on here, we've just got a couple of sheets of food coloured paper in this pretty sort of amethyst type colour. And then this gorgeous image from one of the background pages. And I just tore around it, inked it up with some of the purple, and then put the word amazing on. So again, more journaling space obviously in there. So doing quite well for journaling space so far. Now this we did together on video, so you've probably seen this bit. We just made a little policy closure here, put some windows and things from the kit on here, and then this just opens out like that. Now I left this plain again for journaling, and again because it was getting quite bulky at this point, I didn't want to kind of ruin it by bulking it out further. So you've got obviously journaling space up here, you've got journaling space here, and you've got journaling space here. And then it closes like this. And then, of course, you know, wraps around here. But you've also got, this is a pocket and just tucked into there. Again, just took some of the background page and just made a little kind of opening piece. I love this sheet because it's got like a ring bound kind of appearance there. And then I just put in a couple of plain sheets there for journaling. So that just tucks in to the side like that. So how gorgeous is that? And then just obviously, whoops, that just wraps around, whoops, like that. Okay, and then turning it over. So this is where it starts to get a bit more, you know, lengthy in size. So you've got this one here. Oh, I don't know what's happened to that boot. Let me just pop some glue down there. Yeah, for some reason that paper's kind of lifting. So I'll just put some glue down to fix that. Okay, right. So we have got a little pocket here, which again, we made this together. I think this was using the Tim Holtz background papers along with the Myrtle Cottage. And it just then looks so pretty, doesn't it? We've got a flower and some lace and what have you. Tucked into the side, again, another rusty paper clip with a tag from the kit and some ephemera from the kit. And then just this little clustered piece here using some food coloured paper and a little kind of ticket type piece, and then a wax seal as well. And that just all tags on, or tags together with a rusted paper clip. So that just goes like that and tucks into that side piece, whoops, side pocket there. Oh my gosh. Honestly, it's so easy to do when you're not filming, and as soon as you're filming, nothing goes to plan. Now this then opens out like I showed just now. So obviously we've already looked at this, so I'm going to fold that under. Then what we've got here, I love how this looks so much. It's so, so pretty. And I kind of, oh, this has now come unglued. Hold on. I was kind of debating whether or not to do this. So yeah, it was one of those kind of things that actually I wasn't sure whether to do. And I'm so pleased that I have done it because it just looks so, so pretty now. So this is just some food coloured paper, which I've made a sort of tri-fold wrap like this. Oops, now I've glued it down here as well. Okay, oops. Like there. And what we've got is it opens out like this. So you've got journaling space here, and then you've got a flippy pad here with obviously several sheets there of food coloured and coffee dye coloured paper. You've got some lace trim at the top. You've actually got a pocket in here, which I've obviously forgotten to put anything in. So I'll just rectify that and put something in there now. What should I put in there? Okay, I've got just a little journal card here. So I'm just going to pop that journal card in. And again, that was using that Tim Holtz masterboard. So that just is going to go in there like that. Whoops. Like that. Okay. That closes then with a Velcro dot. And don't you just love how that looks with that gorgeous, you know, ribbon with the wax seal. So, so pretty. And then tucked into there, again, it's sort of quite tight. So I just tucked in this little envelope with a piece from the Myrtle Cottage ephemera. And you've just got a little envelope there, plain on the back. So you could, you know, write an address or stick a label on there. And then I just tucked in a journal card from the kit. I mean, again, you could even stick that on the back. You know, lots of kind of scope for, you know, doing further things with this, really. So, yeah, really, really pretty. And that just tucks in, like I say, like that. Now, going over here, I don't know what's going on here. This was not like this when I obviously closed it. And now this is just typical now that I'm doing a video. And, of course, it doesn't now want to glue closed. So I'm going to have to kind of hold on to this for a few moments. Hopefully that it's going to then glue together. So what we've got here, we've got a double pocket going on. So this was that piece that we put in the middle that, you know, is kind of then, what's the word? Oh, what is the word that I'm looking for? Strengthening the spine, I suppose. So you've got that there. And then here you've got another pocket, which actually I meant to put some of these in that pocket. So you've got some ephemera here from the kit, like that. And that just goes into that back pocket. And then you've got here a couple of bits. So you've got a little piece here with some food colour paper and some coffee dyed sheet. Just making a little flippy pad and a couple of just cute bits attached with a stapler there on the front. So that just tucks into there. And then here we've got another little flippy pad again, just in that gorgeous kind of amethyst type colour. Just stapled together, and then some gorgeous little bits on the front again. So that just goes into there. And then moving across in here. So we don't have a double pocket here, it's just a single pocket here. But I did put a cluster down there from the kit. I just need to check you can see it. Cluster there from the kit. And you've got a wax seal and things like that. You've got some lace, very, you know, very pretty little cluster. And then in the pocket, we've just got one of those little wraparound pieces, which we made these recently in a mass make. So this just wraps around like that. It's just made using obviously some of the background pages from the Myrtle Cottage. Really, really pretty. And I just popped in a little flippy pad there with some of the amethyst type colour, food colour papers. That just goes around like that. We've got one of those gorgeous big eyelets, and that just wraps around with this beautiful mauvey purpley type shade of baker's twine. So that just then wraps around like that. That goes obviously into that pocket, and then we've also got another little booklet. Now this again, this is some food colour papers, but it's in a very pretty peachy colour, which actually just really picks up some of these pretty background pages from here, which hopefully you can see. And then we've got some doily here, and what I've done, I've kind of glued that ribbon onto the back, the back section of that doily, so it's kind of coming out there from underneath. I mean, how pretty does that look? And you've got some lace and one of the bits from the Myrtle Cottage, and obviously then you've got, you know, just a couple of pages there for journaling in. So more journaling space, but it's so pretty, isn't it, with the doily wrapped around. And I just love how that ribbon and things looks. It's just gorgeous. So that goes in there. Then we can close this back up, and oh, I hope this is now sticking down. Right, then what we've got is a pocket here, again some more of that pom-pom trim, and then we've got a tag from the kit, and then we've got just one of those what do you call these, you know, like a yeah, front pocket with then some journaling space in here. Again, you could put some paper in here, you could put some extra flippy pad type stuff in here, you know, whatever you like really, and journal on there. You've got a postage stamp here and some lace and some doily. The postage stamp, sorry, from the Myrtle Cottage kit. Sorry, I'm being a bit distracted because my daughter's just hovering around, obviously. So, yeah, please excuse my distraction. Then you've got a couple of journal cards from the kit, again from the ephemera part. Another one of the stationery items from the kit, which again just tucks all into that pocket. So that goes in like that. That all goes into that pocket, and then, like I say, you've just got a tag from the kit as well, so that goes in. Yeah, really pretty. You've got a flower here with another little flower and a pearl and a little butterfly and some lace on the edge. Now this is the back section, so I'm just going to kind of fold this in, and then, you know, you can see that this is the back. Now obviously it was quite bulky. There is a pocket here. Again, I've left it empty because it was just getting too bulky. I couldn't really put anything in it. So up to you really, whoever buys this. If you wanted to close that pocket up, you could. But I've just left it open. Then here we've got just another gorgeous piece, again, that we made using that Tim Holtz papers, and made a masterboard, a little umbrella and things. I mean, doesn't that just look so pretty at the back of there? What do you think, darling? Gorgeous, doesn't it? And then this opens out, and we've just got, again, another kind of pocket here that was strengthening and reinforcing that fold. A little cluster here with some pom-pom trim and some lace, and then tucked into here, again, we have just got another little kind of booklet. So again, it's just from some of the background pages from the Myrtle Cottage. A little bit of a rainbow of assortments of food coloured papers in there, and that all goes into that pocket. Here we've got a little foldy flip out. So again, you could obviously journal on here. You could put papers in here, you know, however you wanted to kind of use it. Or of course you could just, you know, just have it as a decorative piece. But yeah, super, super pretty. And then here we've just got one of my dictionary definitions and a little flower from the ephemera part of the kit. So that closes up there. Just check that that's now folded nicely. And then here we've got one of those little matchbox books here with, again, a couple of sheets of food colour paper for journaling. It's been stapled across the bottom, which I probably had actually meant to put some lace or something on there. So I'm just going to try and put some lace there now. Let me just see whether I can. Oh, it's so annoying when you forget to do things, isn't it? So, right, I'm just going to put that lace down now, because otherwise you've got sort of staples. Now, I don't mind staples, but, you know, they're not everybody's cup of tea, are they? And to be fair, even though I don't mind them, let's face it, lace is still going to look better. So pop some lace down on there like that. Okay, oops, let me just mop that up a bit, and then just going to trim that down at the edge. Okay, and then that's going to obviously wrap around the back. So, whoops, put the lid on the glue. Okay, like that. Okay, right, we're just going to then close that like that. Okay, like that. Just mop that glue up a bit. So yeah, it's now obviously got lace at the bottom, so just, you know, just makes it look a bit prettier, doesn't it? So that is that goes in there. And then the final thing is you've got this little, again, like a sort of ephemera type piece with a couple of the food colour papers, a little ticket stub, and then another wax seal that goes in there. So that's all tucked in that pocket. I'm not going to put it in there right now because, to be honest, that glue's still wet and it will then stick inside the pocket. But that's, you know, that's how that goes. So I'm just going to kind of leave it hanging out. Yeah, and that's the entire thing. And like I say, that all bounds round like a sort of parcel. So yeah, I really hope that you like it. So I really hope that you like the folio, and yeah, thank you so much for watching. Obviously, like I say, this is going to be listed in my Etsy shop at 2 p.m. today. So if you think you would like it, know that it will be listed at 2 p.m. today. And good luck if you would like to get it. And please know that there will be things listed in my shop every day between now and the 24th of December. So if you miss out, there will be something else tomorrow. So good luck, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day, everyone. Thanks. Bye.